Hi everyone, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. So this is second session. So welcome to Microsoft Power BI training. This is Lakshmi. So yes, so as we discussed yesterday, again I'm just going through with all the details about Logic Lab technologies, the stuff what needs to be true. Yeah, so yesterday we started a Power BI session. So every day it is going to be 5:30 p.m. IST to 6:30 p.m. IST. And course fees 5,900. Duration is 4 weeks. Okay, so first 5 sessions are going to be free sessions, and from sixth session we are going to share a new link for the paid students only. Okay, so there are some rules and regulations. So no batch shifting. For session update, join our WhatsApp community. So you'll get all the details. Even the people who joined already, they already received YouTube link and all those things about yesterday's session. Okay. And if you have any queries, concerns, please contact these contact numbers, and you can write a mail to support@logiclabtechnologies.com. Okay. And there are a few links, social media links. You can follow that. You will get always like a latest updates from Logic Lab Technologies. Any new courses are going to start. Yes, you will receive all the stuff. Okay. Please be in touch. Okay. So please be in time. I'm going to start sharply at 5:30 or 5:31 from tomorrow. So as it is second day, I'm just waiting for 1 more minute to join all the other people. Okay. So let's wait. Yeah, it's already 5:35. So today yesterday we discussed about what is meant by Power BI, how it will help to analyze our business, what type of analysis we are doing with the Power BI, and versions of Power BI we go through, and we understand desktop version what we do. Okay, how we can work on workshop desktop. Power BI desktop version. Okay, this stuff we discussed yesterday. So first 5 minutes, I am giving 4 questions, whatever we discussed yesterday. If you have any questions, concerns, please raise your hands. I'll allow you guys to unmute yourself and then talk with me. Okay, first 5 minutes I'm allocating for it. Please raise hands if you have any questions, concerns. I'll wait for a minute. If no one is raising hand, I thought I feel like you're all good with the yesterday stuff, and I'll continue the second session. Please free to talk. Okay. Feel free to talk. Then only we can learn more. I can understand whether you guys are able to understand the stuff what we are discussing or not. Okay. Any questions, concerns, please raise your hand. Yes, Ashish. Now you are allowed to talk.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hey, hi.
So I was able to download the Power BI last night.
Great.
It looks like pretty simple, straightforward.
Yes. Yes.
I downloaded the desktop version, so that's
Mm.
the only one I need to do, right? Or do I
Yes.
have to? Okay.
No, that is enough for Power BI purpose. We are going to discuss SQL as well, right? So for that, we require 2 more things. One is SSMS, and there itself we can create a database and all. I'll show you that as well, how to do that.
That's the one I'm having issue with. That's for some reason it's
SSMS?
just yeah, SQL and SSMS. I try to download those as well, but for some reason it was giving me error.
Okay, okay. Have you tried or previously downloading SSMS and all? Why?
No, this is
Because
the first time.
first time you
Yeah,
did
first
that.
time. Yeah.
Okay, okay. No worries. We'll go through that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I didn't see any hand raised, so I'm just going to start today's session. Okay, fine. We are good with yesterday's stuff, right? So today we are going to discuss about overview of desktop version of Power BI. Okay, various data connections, overview of Power Query Editor as well. It's just high level we are going to discuss today, as it is second session. Okay, I'm just going through with the let me open the Power BI. And before that, I just want to show you how you can download the Power BI. Okay, so you can type Microsoft Power BI Desktop download. So you can see here, please refer Microsoft stuff only. Don't go to any other things. Okay, so download Power BI Desktop. It will take us into the new page. Just come down. You can see. You can see here download. As I already have, I can download. It will take a one more, let me show you. Okay, file name, PBI desktop setups, exe. These are all things we'll ask. Based on your system, you can choose options and then click on the download. Okay. So it's a pretty simple. You can do that. Once it is downloaded into your system, install, then you can type Power BI. It will show like this, Power BI desktop. You can see here, right? Just open it. You guys are able to see that Power BI desktop version, right? Please raise, like give thumbs up if it is. Okay. Yeah, I already opened it. So new. Yeah, this is how it looks. Okay, this is a Power BI desktop version. You can see here all three tabs which we discussed yesterday: report view, data table view, model view. Okay, three views are available. One is report view, table view, and model view. You can see here filters and visualizations and data. Here you can see all the tables. Okay, once we loaded data into Power BI, we can see table list here. Okay, as I mentioned, so first one is a report view. Here we can add all the visuals, whatever is required. You can choose from this and add the required columns and dimensions here. Okay, and second one is table view. As I didn't I didn't add any data here. That's why it is showing empty. Otherwise, it will be like a Excel sheet kind of. Okay, let me open any other file. Let me go here. Or else let me do one thing. So as I already have opened, vocabulary or visualization. So I'm opening the existing PBIX file, which is already existed. So let me show you the how it looks. Yeah, you can see here, right? The data. It's like a Excel sheet kind of. In table view, we can see data like a rows and columns. Okay, these are all columns and this is a rows. And modeling tab. If we enter into the modeling tab, so here we can see all the tables with a relationship. So this line is relationship line between these two tables. Okay, this is how we have to give a relationship if it is required. If not, we can keep a island tables. Island tables in the sense, the table which we don't have a relation with the other tables. Okay, this is how it looks. Okay, let me go into the Power Query editor. Okay, so I told you Power Query editor, it's not required to install again separately. It will come with a Power BI desktop version itself. So to move into the Power Query editor, what we have to do, we have to go Home tab. In Home tab, transform data and transform data. If you click on transform data, it will take us into Power Query Editor. So this is a Power Query Editor. It looks like this. Okay, there are some errors because of the files are moved into some other places. That's why we are seeing some errors over there. Okay, let me open new file. So before loading how it looks, I just want to show you. Please be in time for the classes. Then only you are not going to miss anything. So click on new. So if I go into the Power Query Editor, what I have to do? So Home tab and transform data. It will take us into Power Query Editor. You can see here the name Power Query Editor. Okay, this is a blank page. We don't have any data, like any table, we didn't load it. So you can see like this. Okay, now let's talk about data connections. We're just going through with the overview only. We'll discuss in depth once we started the session, like, completely Power Query Editor, or 3 to 4 days it will take to discuss all the options, whatever is there. Okay, so in that time you are going to know how it works and what we can do in Power Query Editor and all those things. Okay, today I'm just showcasing you how it looks and all. Okay, so the third concept we thought to go through the data sources, like, how we can load the data, how we can connect multiple sources, what are all the sources we can connect. So for that, what we have to do, we can load data from Power Query Editor, or else let me go into the Power BI desktop. So here we have a get data option. You can see here get data option. If you click on here, you can see all the options. Okay, these are all common data sources. You can see here. Okay, and there are few data sources which are already added. Like, these data sources frequently we are using. So Excel, OneLake Data Hub, SQL Server, Enter Data, Dataverse. So recently, whatever we connected, now everything it will show here. Okay, for quick access, we have the same options are available here as well. So you can see Excel workbook. You can go through like this, or else directly you can click on this. You can connect Excel workbooks. You can see like this. Okay. So once I clicked on there, it is taking me to the selecting folder or file or something like that. Okay. So get data. Let's go through with the Excel workbook, Power BI, semantic models, data flows, Dataverse, SQL Server, analysis service. You can see all the options, CSV files, web in this is web we are using for SharePoint location and OneDrive and all those stuff. Okay. OData feed, bank view. Not only these connections, there are other as well. If you click on more, you can see lot of, see, file wise, Excel, text, CSV, XML file, JSON file, folders, PDF, request SharePoint folder. So usually in real time, mostly we are using SharePoint folder and CSV files, Excel workbooks and folder. This stuff we are using. PDF rarely we are using, but yeah, that feature also added. Okay. And second thing is database. Database wise, it depends on organization, what type of databases they are maintaining. So SQL Server database is like, most of the companies are using this. So definitely, mostly we are using SQL, this one. Or sometimes Azure stuff also there. Azure also, it's a similar Azure SQL database. We have to choose Azure SQL database. These are all normal databases. Okay, IBM, NetApp, there are a lot of things. So for each and every database connections, what you have to do, you have to provide a server name. Let me go through with this. I'll show you what it will ask. See, server name it is asking. So server name and database name. Database name is optional. It's good to give a database name. Why? Because so if you provide a database name, then system will go directly over there and then it will show you all the table list. Or else we can write a code also here. See, advanced option. We can write a code as well. So here we have two types of connections, import and direct query. Two types of connections are there. This also we are going to discuss in depth what is meant by import, what is meant by direct query, how it will help, what is the difference between those two. Okay, what is the benefit of import? What is the benefit of direct query? We're all going to discuss about. Don't worry, okay? I'm just going through with the overview today. Okay, so advanced options. So if you click on advanced option, so here we are not able to see where we can paste the code and all. Okay, once you click on advanced options, here you can paste. Okay, here you can write select statement, anything, select star from table or select all the list of columns, whatever is required from table or else like whatever it, like, the code which will help us to extract data from database. You can write in SQL. Okay, for example, see here we have a SQL codes, copy that and paste it here. First, we have to test in SSMS whether it is working or not. If the code is working fine, you can use here. Why? Because debugging is very easy in SSMS. Correct. So you can write here also if some error comes, then again you have to check where it is wrong, where we have to do modifications, something like that. If it is in SSMS, easily we can identify. Okay. So here we have to paste the code. No, we don't. We have a direct table. We are not taking data from like we are not doing any transformation. We have to load the direct table. You can go with the without this option. This is not mandatory. This is optional. Okay. The writing code here is not mandatory. It's good to have. Why? Because select star from table. It will take all the columns from the that table. I don't think so. We are going to use all the columns which are available in a table. It will be a specific columns which is required. So in that case, it's good to write a code. Okay. Why? Because it will consume like space, right? So that's the reason. Okay, this is how we can connect the SQL server. I'll show you how we can, from where we can get the server name. What is the database? I'll show you that as well. Don't worry. Okay. This is how we can connect. So Excel workbook means if you click here, it will take us, if it is local, yes, just go through and then select the file if it is existing. Okay, for example, let me load this table. Okay, it is connecting. It will show the list of sheets. So these are all sheets are available. Let me select one, any one. Okay, selected this. So it looks in this way. Let me select the product. It has a data. And you can see here column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. Okay. If you click on load, it will load data directly with this existing columns, column 2, column 3, column 4. Is it relevant? No, right? We have to take a product ID second row as a column. Okay, so for that, what we have to do, we have to click on transform data. If you click on transform data, it is taking us into Power Query Editor. It is taking us into Power Query Editor. See, you can see here. Now the table is existed. You can see automatically system did for us promoted header. You can see here promoted header and change type. There is a one step it will do. So let me go back. Yeah, so this is how it has. There is a one more extra row is there. That's why we are not able to see right column names. So what we have to say, it's took by automatically system did one row skip, but it has a 2 rows, right? So what we have to do, we have to promote one more time. That is comes under transformations. Okay, this is how it looks. You can see here the table name. You can modify table name. And there are many options, column names also we can modify. We'll discuss all the things in depth once we enter into Power Query Editor sessions. Okay, so whatever transformations we are doing here, all steps will be recorded here, applied steps. You can see here, right? All the steps will be recorded here. Whatever transformation you are doing in Power Query Editor, let me do one thing. So use first row as a header. See, it's promoted and it generated one step, promoted header 1, and it's changed data types automatically. Change type 1, see? system did for us automatically. Okay. So this is how it looks, Power Query Editor. And we discuss about overview of how it looks, the Power Query desktop, sorry, Power BI desktop, and how it looks Power Query Editor, how we can load the data. From Power Query Editor also, we can load data. Okay, which option we can use? Here we have, we are not going to have a get data option here. Here we are going to have a new source. Same list of options it will show here as well. Okay, if you click on more, it will show all the options. See, same. It's not required to every time go Power BI desktop and then select the data source, load the data and come on to transform data, do no, not like that. So from here also we can connect. Okay, just go through with that, these options. Okay, understand what type of data sources available. Okay, mostly we are using Excel, CSV files, SharePoint locations, SQL Server databases, and unapplied connections. Sometimes if people know Python script, R script also they are using. Okay, and unapplied connections. And sometimes we have to connect the SAP as well. Okay. There are many things, many options are available. Okay, that's why Power BI is leader in the market. We can connect n number of data sources. So online services, these are all online services. Okay, Azure. So Azure SQL database, Synapse, there are many things. Okay, blob storage, table storage. See, Azure Databricks. There are many things related to cloud. Okay, Power Platform. Data flows. Yesterday we talked about data flows, right? So data flows we can create in Power BI service. Microsoft Fabric. Okay, and databases. This is how it looks. Okay, here also we have a recent sources connection. Whatever we connected, we can see here. Okay, for quick access. Cool. Any questions, concerns still now? Please raise your hand. Yes, Shashi.
So the change type, can you explain that a little bit more, please?
Yes, we are going to discuss this later because data types we have to cover before that. What
Okay.
type of databases or data types are there? Then only we enter into this. It's just overview as I mentioned. Don't worry. Okay. We are going to discuss a lot of things here.
All right, thank you.
Okay, in the coming sessions. Sham.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, hi.
Here, like suppose you directly the data is available in the Excel file directly uploaded, right?
Yes.
So it's like a form into rows and column. Suppose like text files like a data or like a CSV files data delimiters. How to correct that one in this way?
Yes, that also I'll show you. Okay. Once you
Suppose text
click on
file, suppose data is in text file, then that also will support.
yes, CSV file, text files also will support. We are going to give a separator, comma separator or delimiter we are going to give. Okay, based on that.
Yeah.
Let me show you. I have text file. Let me show you. So I'm loading text file.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
it is asking us delimiter.
Yeah.
What type of delimiter it is. By default, it will take few things. See, you can see here colon, comma, equal sign, semicolon, space,
Correct.
tab.
Yeah.
Other than this, if we have at or something like that sometimes, right? So such a scenarios, we have to go custom and we can give what type of delimiter it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the main what we spend a lot of time is data cleaning only. Inconsistency, see, like there it will take a lot of time. Designing
Yes.
is like a very easy only.
Yes.
But that is only outside layer we cannot see all these things, right? In the backend only we can correct the
Yes.
data cleaning all the stuff.
Yes,
That comes
it's true.
under like a ETL process. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. That's why Power BI is leader in the market. Okay. So we can do all the transformations here. Don't worry
So
about
it will support any PDF data. Suppose if
Yes,
PDF
PDF
from
file
data
also.
is.
Yes,
So
PDF
if you
also. it will-
upload, that data automatically will pop into the Excel file like that.
It depends, like, for our CSV files, we are giving a comma separator and all, right?
Oh,
PDF
yeah.
file, how it is, we have to, like, mention, like a few things it will take automatically.
Oh,
Few
okay,
things we
okay.
have to mention, as told, like a custom,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
custom
Sure. Later
delimiter.
we will see in that one, but we'll support, right? It will support the PDF file
Yes,
data.
PDF file
Oh,
also
that's
it
a
will
great,
support.
yeah. Excellent, yes, yes.
You can see
Yeah,
here
that's all
PDF
for.
option. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see here PDF option. That's right. Go
Ah,
through
yeah.
the options. Okay. For tomorrow's
Great.
session. If you have any questions, concerns, we can just try your end also. It's not possible
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
showcase
sure, sure.
all the options, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just you give the input, basic input, then only we
Yes.
can try to like
Yeah.
explore into more in deeper way, right? Yeah.
Yes, it's not possible to discuss all the data connections. Why? Because few we have access, few we don't have. It's required credentials and all, right?
Ah, yeah.
Okay. Any questions? I can see. Vamsi Krishna. Vamsi Krishna, you're allowed to talk now.
Yeah, Lakshmi, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I'm able to hear you. How are you?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Yeah, my question is like in new source, there is a blank query option, is there, right? Same as
Ye-
PDF, CSV. So, what is the
Yes.
purpose of that blank query?
Blank query, we can write up SQL code direct here with
Okay.
providing server name, everything.
Okay.
Okay.
So, directly using the server SQL credentials, we can able to access that directly.
Everything we have to provide in the code itself.
Okay.
So
It
usually
is only
Power BI,
limited to SQL or any other source also,
it's
like.
not only SQL. For example, I can copy this. Say here it is generated some code, right? This will generate in M language. So I can copy
Okay.
this. If I place here, it will load that table. See?
Oh, great. Okay, got it.
Okay, it's not only for SQL, it is for anything. But it should be in M language.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So in here, there is an option enter data is also there, right? So it is a
Yes.
manual entering of the data, right?
Yes, you're correct.
Okay, got it.
We
Yeah.
can enter like in Excel how we are maintaining data, no? We can write here also.
True. Got it.
But this
Yeah.
is only for less number of rows. It's good to, like, it's not possible to enter 1,000
All
rows
the
or
data, right?
2,000 rows, right? We can
Correct,
copy
correct.
data, but
Okay,
mostly we are using this option for static data. Static data in the sense the data which is not going to be changed.
correct. Okay.
Okay, for that purpose we are using instead of connecting again data sources and all. It will take some time for connecting data source and all. Okay, so in that case, we are using enter data option for static data.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Lakshmi. Thanks, sir.
Any other questions or concerns? Please raise your hands. See, if you guys talk, we can learn more and more. Okay. Okay, good. I didn't see any hand raise now. Let's move into. So this is what I planned for Power BI desktop side because I'm not going to discuss in depth today. So we are going to concept wise Power Query Editor we are entering first. So there we are going to discuss about what are all the source we can connect and load the data, how we can do transformation with using all the options. So it is going to be separate sessions. Okay, so and next one, let's move into the PowerPoint. So these are all stuff is done. Yeah. So as I mentioned in yesterday's session, we are going to cover few basic stuff from SQL as well, which is required for Power BI. So if you put only Power BI in your resume, it is not going to be help you. It's good to be have any coding language. Okay. So that's why I'm providing basic knowledge for on SQL. Okay. So today we are going to cover theoretical part of SQL. So many of them like don't know what is SQL. Okay, why we have, what it is exactly. So we'll discuss about it today. And from tomorrow, we are going to start writing codes, like how we can create a tables, how we can create a databases, Okay, how we can load that, how we can modify, how we can insert the data. These are all stuff we are going to discuss in tomorrow's session. Today we are going to cover what is RDBMS, what is table. First we should know basic, right? First if you know ABCD, we can start writing words. Correct. Okay, so let's start with the RDBMS. What is RDBMS? So RDBMS stands Relational Database Management System. Okay, Relational Database Management System. In the name itself, we have a relational. Relational in the sense, relationship between tables. For managing the tables, it's an easy way. Okay, if we have a relationship, it's not like, for one business, we are going to have a one table. But it's not like that. We are going to have a n number of tables. Okay, for sales side, we are going to have a separate database. In a sales database, we are going to have a multiple tables. For invoice, we are going to have a different stuff. So like that, different databases we are going to have, and in the database, we are going to have a different type of tables. Okay. All modern database management systems like SQL, MySQL Server, IDBM, it's not only SQL. We are like, in a market, there are many things. SQL, MS SQL Server, IBM DB2, Oracle, MySQL, and Microsoft Access are based on RDBMS. So we have all the things from different companies. Oracle is maintaining one type of thing. IBM is DB2. So MySQL is from Microsoft. Okay. So there are many RDBMS. So it is called Relational Database Management System because it is based on relation model. So as I mentioned, based on relation model. Before we don't have this such a kind of. So we are maintaining different data into another way. Okay. So in the RDBMS, we are storing data in a rows and columns wise. As I showed you, in Power BI also, we can see here, right? Columns and rows. In the same way, we are going to have a data in RDBMS, rows and columns. Okay. It is following ACID properties. So ACID properties in the sense, it's a rules and regulation. There are some rules and regulations how it has to be stored the data on the. It is very important. Okay, ACID properties are very important for any RDBMS. It's not only for Microsoft database, Oracle database. It's not only for specific company. For any database, any RDBMS, it should follow ACID properties. So what is meant by ACID properties? Let's go through with that. Okay. 1 minute. So ACID properties in the sense, ACID properties in the sense, it has to have some rules like, the table should be like, it is not going to be allow nulls for few columns. It is not going to be allow nulls or blanks or empty columns, empty rows in a table. For few things, for sales amount columns, we have to put some conditions. It should have a amount between this or something kind of. Okay, and if we are running any codes, for example, in ATM, we entered into the ATM. We have I'm going to withdraw money. Okay, from my account. At the same time, there is one of my friend also using same account. My account they are using, and they are also withdrawing amount at the same time. Okay, I have 2,000 amount. I'm trying to draw 1,000. At the same time, one of my friend also trying to withdraw 1,500 from my account. So I went to ATM. I tried to withdraw 1,000. At the same time, he's also trying to do 1,500 with the other ATMs. So is it allow? It shouldn't allow, right? If it is allow, then it's not the way because I have only 2,000. I'm trying to withdraw 2,500. Correct. So such a rules we have to put on when we created the databases. Okay. So this ACID properties in the RDBMS, it's just for the knowledge purpose I'm giving. Don't worry about it. Okay. It is not going to be like, in interviews, they are going to ask questions or not like that. It's just what is RDBMS? We should, that's it. Okay. And the second one is what is table? Okay. We talk about it is going to store data in a table form. What is meant by table? So table is a combination of rows and column. Table is a combination of rows and columns. So you can see here ID, name, age, code. These are all These are all columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4, these are all rows. These are all records, we can say. Okay, columns and record. Fields also we can call it. ID, name, age, course. These are all fields or columns. Okay, table have the other name as well. We are not always talking about like a table. We have this table, that table, not like that. Entity also we call it. Okay, for table we call it entity. Okay, so I said there are some rules when we created a table. Correct. So we are going to create some keys. What is meant by keys? How it will help? So keys are very important, as we have in RDBMS, we are giving a relationship between two tables, right? To give a relationship between two tables, we require a certain keys. Okay, relevant keys. Relevant keys in the sense it's not like our house locks and all. It's not like that. Okay, to give a relationship between two tables, let me show you in Power BI also. Okay, in data model, we can see. Sorry. Yeah, it's fine. So in data table, see, it has a relationship. This is called one and star, one to many. If you click here, you can see on what basis. See, manufacturer ID is highlighted. If I click on keep mouse over here, manufacturer ID is highlighted. It means manufacturer ID is a key which will help us to relate two tables, manufacturer table and product table. Okay, this like this we use all the key columns. Let's talk about what type of keys we have. Okay, in SQL we have there are many keys like a super key, something kind of we have, but it's not required. We should know primary key and foreign key, composite key. These three are very important. Primary key, composite key, foreign key. These three are very important. Even in interviews also they will ask what is mean by primary key. Same concepts will come in Power BI also. Okay, because we have a data modeling tab, right? There we have to give a relationship between the tables based on the key type. If it is primary key in one table and in another table it is foreign key, it is so like a one-to-many relationships. Okay, I don't want to go in another way. Yeah, let's talk about keys first. So first one is a candidate key. So candidate key is keys are defined as the set of fields from which primary key can be selected. So there are you can see example in the below table, ID, roll number or email. These are all unique. Okay, we can choose any one or else we can combine all of them and we can use as a primary key. Primary key in the sense, like a candidate key in the sense, which is going to be, there is no duplicates, there is no nulls. It shouldn't have any blanks. Okay, so ID always see in school, student ID is going to always unique. Okay, or roll number or ID, anything. And name sometimes it might duplicate. Correct. It's not like a one person is, for example, in our class, Karthik is there. Again, one more Karthik also might be there, right? But it will differ the roll number. Okay. And course also will be duplicated. It's not like a one course for one student. Correct. So email ID is a unique always. It is not going to be allow us duplicate email IDs. Correct. So this is called, it's a combination of multiple fields. That is called candidate ID. Primary key. This is very important. Primary key is a candidate key that is most appropriate to become main key of the table. Primary key is a set of one or more fields. It's anything. Okay. One column we can use or a set of multiple columns also we can do that. So primary key means without always it should have a unique values without nulls. That is called primary key. Okay. It can't accept nulls or duplicate values. It's not going to be accept nulls or duplicate value. That column is going to be primary key. So here we can say email is a primary key or roll number also we can say primary key. Name is going to be duplicate. Correct. ID is a primary key. That also we can consider. Sometimes ID, it depends on situation. So some tables we might have an ID as a duplicate also. It's not like in every table ID is going to be unique. Okay, we have to analyze our data, which is going to be our unique. Which column I can use as a primary key? We have to identify which column is going to be our primary key. On what basis we can link the tables. We have to identify. We have to do some analysis on the data, and we have to understand the table and select the right columns as a primary key or foreign key. Okay. And next one is alternate key. Alternate key also it's a similar. So in this table, we can use either ID, roll number or email. Anything we can use as a primary key. That's called alternate key. It's not only one column. If we have a more than one primary key, we can use anyone. Okay. The next one is composite. So composite key, sometimes in a table, we are not going to be have a unique columns. Means like a roll number, email ID, something like that. It is going to each column, we have a duplicates or something. But combining 2 to 3 columns, we are going to have a unique row. So that is going to be a compound key or composite key. Okay, you can see here, country, SKU, brand name, category, sales. Okay, so here, SKU is not engaged, like a SKU, it's not like a SKU. Sometimes we might have a duplicates. Duplicates in the sense one customer is going to be, one country is going to be have a same products, right? Other company or other country also is going to be have a same product. For that same product, we are going to have a one SKU only. Correct. So see, Italy have a BD001L, Nigeria have a BD001L. It has a duplicate of SKU. How we can differ this? How we can make a unique by adding country. Okay, by adding country. If you add a brand name, so how it is? It's again still duplicate, correct? If you add a SKU, combined SKU and brand name, it is still duplicate. You have to identify which column I can use. This is amount. Okay, sales, it's not possible to add. This is amount. We should not use this. This is value. Okay. Either category or country we have to add. Okay. Either category or country we have to add. We have to identify, we have to do analysis on it. So based on that, we have to choose the right columns to make a primary key. Okay. The next one is foreign key. So the main thing is primary key, foreign key, and composite key. These three are very important, as I mentioned. So foreign key is nothing but which already we have a primary key, right? So same values are going to be in other table, which will help us to relate between. So you can see here one-to-many relationship based on the manufacturer ID. So manufacturer ID 1 means here we have a unique values, means it's a primary key. Many means same values, whatever values we have in manufacturer ID, same values are going to be here, but with a duplicate. Right? With a duplicate. You can see here teacher ID, name, and age. Okay. Teacher ID, name, age. Department code. Correct. So department code here we have department code, name, contact. Okay. It's a contact actually. So department code is a D001, D002, D003. We don't have any duplicates here. Means it is a primary key and it don't have a nulls as well. Okay, same department code we have in a teachers table also. So this is one table, department table. This is a teachers table. Imagine in that way. Okay, each teacher is like a T001 teacher is going to be related to D001 department. T002 teacher is she also working for D001 department. Okay, so there are 2 teachers for D001 department. Correct. So there are other teachers as well. And you can see their department, relevant one. So here we can see duplicates of DPT code. So department code in department table is primary key. In teachers table, it is foreign key, which will help us to link these 2 tables to get the department-wise teachers. Okay, you get a department wise teachers. Don't worry, theoretically, just go through with this PPT and you can understand easily. And once we enter into the writing codes, we can go to. Okay. Any questions? First 2 days are going to be theoretical only. We have to know concept of what it is. Any questions or concerns? Please raise your hand. So from tomorrow, we are entering into the coding part. Please raise your hands if you have any questions, concerns on these concepts. Okay. So next one is relationships. So relationships, I talk about it. We gave a relationship between the tables, right? The same concept we have in SQL as well. Same concept we have. Relationship between tables is called, okay, there are relationships link data from individual tables to increase the usefulness the database. So you can see here. So I can use manufacturer table. Okay, I loaded manufacturer table from SQL. Okay, I can do it. I loaded product table as well, manufacturer and product table. With the manufacturer table, I can see only manufacturer information. I want product table also. I want to see product details as well. Each manufacturer wise, I want to see product details, which products are produced and what type of segments it is, and all information I have to showcase to the stakeholders. So what I have to do? Without relationship, can I get it? No, right? So we are not going to data without relationship. Okay, so we have to identify the right columns to link those tables, like our right keys. And let's check the data manufacturer ID. Okay, it is also existed. Just go through with that. Whether it is both in one table is unique and one other table is a duplicate, or how it is, we have to check. So you can come manufacturer table. Okay, here we have a unique. Correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see here it has a less information. We can easily read this. In real time, it is not like a 10 records, 14 records. It is going to be a millions. Million records we are going to load. Okay. So such a scenarios, it is very difficult to identify. We should understand the tables first. So manufacturer table, by seeing name itself, manufacturer table. It is going to be always unique. Manufacturer information, correct? So product table, so product ID is going to be unique. But we have to link with the manufacturer table, right? So we have to identify which is going to be a link table. It's not the way to use product ID. Correct. So product ID, you can see it is unique because it's a product table. Product information is going to be, each product is going to be have a one line. Okay. Don't get confused. Okay. We'll discuss in depth once we enter the real sessions. Okay. Don't be get confused. So we are using keys to relate tables. So there are types. Okay. Relationship types are there. First one is one-to-one. One-to-one in the sense, both the tables are going to be have a primary keys. That is called one-to-one. Means in this table, one record, in the other table also one record. Okay, one-to-one. Please keep it in mind, these things. Definitely we'll get an interview question on this. What type of relationships we have in Power BI? Even in the SQL also we have in the same way. In Power BI also we have a same concept in modeling tab. Again, we are going to discuss in Power BI also. Okay, so see, one to many, one-to-one. One-to-one in the sense, in this table, student ID and student ID. One record for one student. And this table also, we are going to have a one record. That is called one-to-one. Okay, one to many. Okay, customer table is there. and order table is there. So customer table is going to be have a each customer is going to be have a one record. Order table is going to be have a multiple records for one customer. Why? Because it's not like a one customer is going to be only one order. Multiple orders they can order, right? For example, we are there. For example, take example like we are ordering some products in Amazon. Okay, you are going to be one customer, one ID only you have, and you are ordering multiple products. So orders table is going to be have a duplicate of your ID. But customer table is going to be have only one record for one person, for one ID, one record. Okay, that is called one-to-many. Many-to-many. Many-to-many relationship, like both the table are going to be have a multiple records. Okay. For example, one student, he might enroll multiple courses. Okay. And from, you can see here, many to many. Let me show you here with the example. In this table, we don't have a, no, it has one-to-many relationship only. So many to many relationships, very rare cases we are giving. If it is accepted, like, we understand the data, yes, it is going to be a right way, like a right data, it is going to be present. In such a scenarios only, we are going to give a many-to-many relationship. You can see here, multiple records in a table A are linked to multiple records in table B. Relational database system usually don't allow you to import a direct many-to-many relationship. Not only in a SQL, in Power BI also, it will give a warning. Many-to-many relationship, you are going to give a, you are trying to give a relationship as a many-to-many relationship. Just if it is accepted, like, accepted relationship, then only use this relationship. Such a kind of warning it will give. Okay, I'll show you with the example, you can understand more on it. Okay. And so here we have a enrollment table. It has a student ID and class ID. Student ID is a foreign key and class ID also foreign key. These two are going to be have a multiple, like a student ID is going to be have a, for one record, it is going to be have a multiple records. Like a student, for example, one student ID, take example of Karthik. Karthik is a student in a student table. He is going to be enrolled any other classes. So it has one, not only one class, he is going to be enrolled for two classes. In that case, how it is going to be, two records are going to be there in this table, enrollment table. Okay, enrollment ID, student ID, and class ID. These three information we are getting from primary, from student table and class table. We are going to get each student, how many times they enroll, and they are going to get that many records. Okay, the primary key student's ID uniquely identified each student in the student table. As I mentioned, student table is going to be, student ID is going to be identified as a primary key. Each row is going to be have a one, each student is going to be have a one record as it is student table. The primary key class ID uniquely identified each class in the class table. Even class table also, class ID is a unique one. Okay. 1 minute, sorry. Sorry for it. So it will give a bit confusion, many-to-many relationship, one-to-many relations, one-to-one relationship. We'll discuss in depth once we enter into data model part. Okay, just theoretical wise, I'm giving this information. Okay, many-to-many relationship in the sense, the other table also we are going to have a multiple records. In other table also, the second table also is going to be multiple records for one ID. Okay, so data types we'll discuss tomorrow. I don't want to rush it. So as we have 3 minutes time, any questions, concerns on it? Please raise your hand. And I'm requesting you guys to go through with the material to understand what it is. Okay, as it is theory part, I'm going bit hurry. Okay, theory part is not required to spend much time. Correct. So I want to spend a lot of time on coding part and the options which we are going to discuss in Power BI that help you guys. So theory part anyways, you guys can read and understand. Correct. So don't feel like, okay, I'm going hurry burry. As it is theory part, I'm just moving bit fast. But once we entered Power BI and SQL part, we are going to discuss in depth and slowly. And once all are clear, only we are moving into next step. That's why I'm asking always any questions, concerns, please raise your hands. That will help a lot. If you are not raising your hands, I thought, okay, you guys are understand. Okay, let's move into next concept. Something like that I'll feel. Okay, please raise your hand. Use chat box to ask questions if you're not able to talk here. Okay, and we posted payment link here. You can just use that for the this one, and WhatsApp group also. Please join WhatsApp group. Okay, you'll get updates even once we publish today's session, and you'll get a link also, YouTube link. You can go through with that. Any questions, concerns? Please raise your hand. All good?